Greetings, fellow children of time and space. This is your host, TheAmariaShadow, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another installment of Answers from the TARDIS. I think it's been about a year since I last did a Answers from the TARDIS video, just to sit down with you all and speak my mind on a couple of things, and I do apologize for that. Things have been pretty busy for the last couple of weeks, and as you may already know, last year was definitely not my best year, and I'm hoping that this year will be different. I'm hoping that things can go in a more positive route than it did last year. So I am so glad for everyone that stuck around and was patient with me and still enjoys the content I put on the channel from a day-to-day basis. Now, some of you are probably wondering why I haven't uploaded any new content dealing with Spyro the Dragon, and the main reason is that we are less than a week from the release of Kingdom Hearts 3, and the leaks are getting ridiculous. We are on full red alert right now, ladies and gentlemen, and as it stands with how bad the algorithm YouTube has for their recommended videos, people who have early copies of the game, which if I remember correctly, there apparently was 30 that was sold, and people are out there playing this game right now. By this time, more than likely they're getting to end game content. The leaks are getting ridiculous to the point where now YouTube's algorithm pushes their content out for all of us viewers who are interested in Kingdom Hearts in any retrospect, and they push their content out as a recommended video for all of us. It is ridiculous because it's like some of us I am so sorry, got a bit of a tickle in my throat. Some of us are trying desperately to avoid any and all leaks, and me in particular, because of this, I haven't been anywhere near any sources of social media. I don't check the Facebook page, I don't check Twitter, I haven't been on YouTube. Normally if I do come to YouTube, I'll only go to like YouTube playlists I've created that have favorite videos I've liked in the past, and I'll watch those, or I stay away entirely and I spend time with my friends playing games, specifically games like Final Fantasy XIV, which you can see in the video right now. I was helping out a buddy of mine level up a class of his, and basically it was just good, honest fun, and I do hope that I'll be able to get more pre-active into Final Fantasy XIV soon, especially since they have announced Shadowbringers, which will be the next expansion, which more than likely will come out sometime in I want to say June or July. Considering how the release schedule for updates look, I'm definitely looking towards a early summer, early fall type of release date for Shadowbringers, and that's definitely going to be taking up a lot of my attention, which I still want to know. If you guys wish to see a Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV on my channel, please let me know down in the comment section below, because without you guys, my channel is not going to make any headway at all. I can create as much content as I want until I'm blue in the face, but without you guys' support, there's no point. Anyway, with Final Fantasy XIV, it's definitely a game that's near and dear to my heart. I honestly didn't think I would get as far as I did in the game, but as time passed, I think I just grew to appreciate all of the hard work the development team behind this game goes through with it, and all the content that they put into it that literally gives us an enjoyable experience with this game. Now, with Final Fantasy XIV out of the way, let's go back to Kingdom Hearts 3 and how I have been mostly just avoiding all these leaks and whatnot. Now, let's be real. You can't 100% avoid it, because there are some people who pretty much live on YouTube to the point where there's no escaping the fact that they're probably going to see at least one or maybe two videos in their recommended feed. But according to some YouTubers I follow, more like The Gamers Joint, Skyward Wing, a couple of ways you can avoid that is definitely by cutting yourself away from social media, especially Twitter, because Twitter is definitely one of the worst places you could be spoiled, because it's like every time one Twitter page is taken down for leaks for Kingdom Hearts 3, another one just crops up the next day after, and it's a tough thing to do. And Disney in particular is definitely striking a lot of the YouTube channels that are posting leaks for this game, but let's be 100% real. By the time that they could get all of them, more than likely a lot of content will be leaked, and there's no way they're going to be able to stop them all before it gets too late. But in order to avoid that, one way you could avoid that is by deleting your search history in YouTube. I'm not 100% sure how you could go about doing that. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. But if you're like me and you search up a lot of Kingdom Hearts information and whatnot, that is one way that you could avoid the leaks and the spoilers, by deleting your search history. That way you won't get any recommendations in your recommended video feed for that. Another way is, like some YouTubers are doing, just completely keeping away from YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all these social media platforms and whatnot entirely. Which, honestly, I have been doing that myself because I just want to be able to have a worthwhile experience when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. And I don't want anything spoiled for me. Anything. And I think the only thing that I could say that has been spoiled for me, I'm actually not going to talk about it, but I'm hoping that it was just a bit of a, the word I'm looking for is edited thumbnail, because honestly I don't think it was real, but then again, who knows? People are really good with getting this kind of stuff nowadays. You never really know. Anyway, content on the channel. I still intend on doing a full Let's Play of Spyro the Dragon. That much is still up in the works. But because of how close we are to Kingdom Hearts 3, I have decided to postpone the Spyro Let's Play for at least a little bit longer, because I am putting myself into full Steam mode for Kingdom Hearts 3 once it drops, and I'm hoping that I will be able to get my copy of Kingdom Hearts 3 on the day it releases, because I was one of those that purchased my copy of Kingdom Hearts 3 from the Square Enix store. So hopefully I will be getting my copy as much as everyone else will on the exact same day, so I could get right into the nitty-gritty of it. As far as that goes, there is a couple of other things I would like to do content on, but I think I'm mostly going to be doing this kind of content on the side, as a just upload a video here and there for it. And the one thing that I have in mind for that is Jump Force, because Jump Force is a game that I see myself playing a lot with friends, and I know for a fact that there's going to be a lot of block content because it's an anime-styled game. So more than likely, I won't be able to record the full game in its entirety. But I still will try to get at least a couple of videos out of me and my buddy playing it, and hopefully you guys enjoy it and whatnot. As far as that goes, there's a couple of other games coming out this year that I know I'm going to be trying to get some content for you guys out. One Piece World Seeker is definitely one of those. And God, when does One Piece World Seeker come out again? I want to say it comes out sometime in March. I need to get I'm gonna get that pre-ordered as soon as I can. And then there's of course a couple of other games that are definitely coming out this year. Games that I can't really think of off the top of my head. But let's talk about a couple of things that I have neglected to do so for the start of this year. First off, I'd like to say Happy New Year to everyone who has stuck with me for the last couple of years here on YouTube. It's 2019, and I'm hoping that it will be a better year than it was last year, full of content for you guys and just full of positivity in my own life, as well as bringing some positive thoughts to you guys for your day-to-day lives as well. And a couple of other things I want to talk about is that I am hoping to bring some content on one game in particular that's got my attention, and that game in particular is Team Sonic Racing. Team Sonic Racing is definitely something that I've been anxious to get my hands on for quite some time, because it's been a while since we last had a Sonic Racing title that fully got my attention. Now, granted, I do thoroughly enjoy Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, as well as Sonic and SEGA All-Stars Racing, as well as any of the Sonic Riders games prior to those games, well, excluding the Sonic Free Riders one. That one was a bit of a mistake. But let's be 100% honest with myself. I don't like the entire kart aspect that SEGA has been going with their racing titles lately for Sonic. I honestly do believe they should have stuck with the whole Sonic Riders formula and just continued fleshing that out, because that was something unique and different for Sonic. Because honestly, kart racers, when you think of kart racers, the first video game kart racers you think of is Mario Kart and possibly Crash Kart Racing. Those are the ones that that you would think of in a heartbeat. But with Sonic, it's like, no, racing titles you would think of Sonic Riders, maybe even Sonic R from way back when. But who knows? It might turn out to be a really good title. It might. Other games, honorable mentions I could talk about is that this is the new year for us to get some new Pokemon goodness. I seriously wish that Nintendo would have implemented like a sharing feature onto the Nintendo Switch, so I could actually make content for you guys on Nintendo Switch. But nope, that's unfortunately something that's a bit above my pay grade, so to speak. Oh well. Maybe someday I'll be able to bring you guys Nintendo content, but until then, guess we'll have to stick with the PlayStation content. As far as that goes, another honorable mention I guess I could talk about is Devil May Cry 5. Devil May Cry 5, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do a Let's Play on that. Granted, it does catch my attention, so to speak, but I have never played any of the Devil May Cry games prior to Devil May Cry 5, so if I do play this game on my channel, I would end up trying to get my hands on all the other Devil May Cry games prior to it and try to do content on those as well. Kind of like how I did with the Unleashed series and Uncharted series, I'm sorry. The Uncharted series, and I would record all of the prior Uncharted games, and then I ended with the Lost Legacy video game. So that's what I would probably do. But until then, we'll just have to figure out and see how things go out. And the sad part about this year is that we already got information about E3 this year and how Sony is not going to be going to E3. Now, granted, do I not think that there's going to be something dealing with PlayStation at E3? More than likely there will be. But will they make a big show this year? No. They definitely are not. And that, in a nutshell, has saddened me, because normally every year I try to give my hopes and expectations towards Sony and Nintendo and what I'm hoping to see this year. I guess in this year I'll just have to go with Nintendo, and hopefully you guys will enjoy whatever I theorize or hope to see come out for Nintendo this year. I'm really hoping to get some more information on Bayonetta. That's going to be interesting. Anyway, a couple of other things that I would like to mention about this year that's got my attention, and it's not video game related, but it is, well, it is video game related, but it's not a video game. And that is, of course, Detective Pikachu, and of course, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Now, granted, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is already off to a rocky start, and no, I'm not going to point the blame towards the developers. No, I'm pointing the blame towards us, the community, because quite frankly, everyone's overreacting to it already. We haven't even gotten a trailer, and people are making a big deal about tiny, minuscule things. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous when you really look at it. It's ridiculous how people will react overreact to this kind of stuff, and honestly, it saddens me as a Sonic the Hedgehog fan to see this kind of stuff every single day. And it's only getting worse when you really look at the people who are the most outspoken in the community. And yes, I'm talking about people that create Sonic news content and Sonic video content on a regular basis. I'm not saying any names. You know who you are when I mention you. You know who you are. Because, quite frankly, you're two-toned. You're two-faced. You just say one thing on your channel, you say another in your social media, and quite frankly, it's ridiculous that you call yourself a professional at this kind of stuff, and you try to shove your own opinion down other people's throats as fact. And that's sad. That's genuinely sad. Allow people to have their own opinion on something, and don't just outright disrespect these people for all the work they're putting into this movie, into the Sonic the Hedgehog games. Sonic Team, SEGA, they put a lot of hard time into the games they create, and it's sad that the major thing that I have a gripe with when it comes to the games is not because everyone thinks they either don't take the time to flesh out the games they're creating, or they rush everything. No, that's not the case. My biggest issue with this nowadays is that people cannot be pleased. People cannot be pleased nowadays. SEGA, as a video company, is literally one of the best video game companies as of today, because it's like they tried their hardest to make sure that every single one of their fans are pleased. But in this situation, that's a bad thing, because as long as SEGA's trying to please everyone, they're pleasing no one in turn. And I'm hoping that SEGA one day realizes this, that some of the things that us fans want isn't what we need, so to speak. Even as something as silly as this entire Sonic Adventure remake rumor that's floating around. I mean, come on, people, it's 2019. How long is this rumor going to stay alive? Let it die. If there was going to be any mention about Sonic Adventure being remade, don't you think we would have heard it by now? By now, we should have already heard it. But we haven't. There's no official news. There's no official content dealing with this rumor. So why are people still making a big deal of it? Just let it die and move on. The only game that we know of dealing with Sonic the Hedgehog this year is Team Sonic Racing. And granted, there might be another game for Sonic the Hedgehog that comes out. Maybe. But me in particular, and this is my own opinion on this, I'm willing to bet anything if we do get a new Sonic title outside of Team Sonic Racing, it'll be something related to the movie. Now, will I say that it'll do well? Who knows? All I can say is if it did come to pass, I'll give it a try. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I just want people to see that all the time saying things like they need to do this or they need to do that. You're doing this wrong. You're doing that wrong. Why isn't this here? Why isn't that there? Let them do what they want. They're a video game company. They create games for a living. We don't. Let them do what they want. Is that too much to ask in this day and age? Honestly, yes it is, because people are never pleased. Anyways, other games I would like to talk about. Now, let's see here. This is completely unscripted if you guys haven't realized it, because it's like, this is stuff that sits on my mind for quite some time, and I just like to talk to you guys about it. Oh! Project Dragon Ball Action RPG Z. This is something that's caught my attention because we've gotten a little more information about this, and how this is apparently going into a bit of a retro-styled action RPG Dragon Ball game that we're apparently going to be getting. And so far, we've only gotten one piece of information from it, showcasing 3D models of both Goku and Kid Gohan just before the Saiyan Saga. And already, just from seeing that, I'm a bit disappointed, honestly. We are living in a day and age where we have Dragon Ball Super now. And when I think of an action RPG, I immediately think that it's going to be a game where we will more than likely have some sort of custom character, because custom character seems to be the biggest thing lately for action RPGs, which I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with it. And seeing that this is going to be an action RPG for Dragon Ball Z, it kind of makes me miserable. Because of one simple reason. We are repeating the exact same content that we've gotten to know and love for so many years. Oh, Jesus. A little parched. Give me a second. Oh. Never do recording without any water nearby. Or any type of fluids. Oh, that was a bit of a bad thing. Anyways, where was I? We've gotten to know pretty much everything dealing with Dragon Ball Z for pretty much over multiple years. I couldn't even give a good round ballpark number, to be quite honest. And seeing that we are dealing with content, dealing with the Saiyan Saga all over again, just from that 3D model alone, I'm miserable. I'm miserable. I would have preferred if they were going to do an action RPG for Dragon Ball, they went in a light where it's something completely unique and different with this, but they bring this 3D model of Goku and Kid Gohan, and it's like, so you're telling me that this entire action RPG is going to be taking place during the events of the Saiyan Saga and probably forward throughout Dragon Ball Z? So it's literally going to be the Saiyan Saga, the Android Saga, the Cell Saga, and the Buu Saga. Oh, I missed the Frieza Saga. Sorry about that. So it's Saiyan Saga, Frieza Saga, Android Saga, Cell Saga, Majin Buu Saga. Seeing that, and that's what I'm thinking it might be so far. I could be completely off base because we only know so much about it. Just seeing that alone kind of makes me worry. Because if we wanted a game like this, I think it would be better if it was more akin to the Legacy of Goku series, where it's just us playing as Goku. Now, granted, do I think that this might be the case? No, definitely not. Because when it comes to anime games nowadays, they try to be big and ambitious. They try to throw so many curveballs at us that we never expect what is coming. Now, granted, there are times where there is some games out there that we do tend to know what's coming towards us in the near future. But with this, we don't know too much about it yet. We really don't. And I'm hoping that with any luck, this game does wow me. Because I do thoroughly enjoy the Dragon Ball video games, and I always try to get my hands on them whenever they release. I'm just hoping that this game will be phenomenal. And who knows? It might just be the Dragon Ball equivalent game of One Piece World Seeker, which, after seeing multiple trailers for this game looks phenomenal. I am genuinely excited to see One Piece World Seeker, and I am genuinely excited to see how this game turns out. My only gripe is that I really, really, really wish they would pull a Xenoverse with One Piece and allow us to do something with that kind of formula. But that might be asking a bit too much. That might be a bit too ambitious. Maybe when the PlayStation 5 comes around, maybe that might be possible. Anyway, outside of that, God Eater 3 comes out next month as well. I think it comes out a couple of days after Jump Force. Now, granted, yet again, this is another game that I don't really see myself doing a Let's Play on. I'll probably play this with friends. But I might still record content for you guys for it, just to keep the channel alive and not make anything stagnant between the next Let's Play and whatnot. However, it all depends on how my money is going to work, because money is definitely a bit tight right now. It's looking pretty grim right now. Things have been pretty hectic for the last couple of weeks, and I'm hoping that I can get everything budgeted out before everything comes to a point and it's like, hey, I can't pay for this, or I can't pay for this, or I can't pay for this. I really don't want that to happen to me. Not again. Anyway, outside of that, that's about all I really can think of that I really wanted to talk about. So, just to summarize things, I'm definitely going to be creating more content for you guys. Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out in a week from now, and I will definitely be doing a full live-streamed Let's Play of this game when it comes out. The way I'm going to probably do it is probably each episode I create will more than likely be the equivalent of me going through one full world, meaning finding all the hidden stuff, all the treasure chests, everything will be in one video, and I'll try it and sanction it off like that. It might be a little bit long, but I intend on putting my full attention into Kingdom Hearts 3. I have postponed a lot of other games that I've been playing lately because of Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out. For those that don't know, I finally got my hands on Persona 5, and oh my god, that game is so good. Why didn't anyone come to me and ask me to do a Let's Play on this game? I would have done that wholeheartedly. But granted, this is a game that kind of makes me feel like I did the best decision and played it on my own, because this game, it is really good, and I honestly cannot get enough of the entire story, the characters, the character development of Persona 5. So I'm really glad that I was finally able to get my hands on it. And there is another game that I'm trying to no, it's not a game. I need to get my hands on the expansion pack for Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. Oh, that reminds me, I finally was able to get the true ending for Fatal Bullet after quite a long time of trying to figure out what the fuck am I doing wrong. It's like some guides kept on saying that there was a telegraphed attack that you needed to avoid, and it was like, okay then, so I just need to avoid a specific attack. They didn't specifically say that you didn't get attacked, it was just that you needed to make sure it didn't fire. That's what they were trying to say. And yeah, that was an interesting one. And I'm really anxious to try and get my hands on the expansion pack for Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet so I can actually continue with the content. Because this is a game that I, just like Final Fantasy XIV, I put a whole lot of time in. And with its many flaws, this game definitely has kept me coming back to play it more and more and more. Which I cannot say for any of the other Final Fantasy Sword Art Online games prior to it. I definitely have enjoyed Fatal Bullet, and I'm more than anxious to see what Bandai does for the next Sword Art Online video game whenever it comes out. Maybe it'll come out this year. Maybe it'll come out next year. Who knows? But I'm definitely excited for whatever they have in store for us next. More than likely, it's going to be dealing with the new Sword Art Online series, which I have been watching the episodes day by day whenever they do release with an English sub, and oh my god, I am enjoying this series. Thank you, the creator of Sword Art Online. I think that's I honestly cannot pronounce her name to save my life. I am sorry, but I do enjoy the Sword Art Online series, and this new arc that we've got is definitely turning out to be another favorite of mine. Anyway, one last thing before I end up calling this video a quit. I'm drawing a blank. It was just there. I hate it when that happens because it's like one moment your train of thought is there and the next it's gone. It'll come to me. It will come to me. Nope, I can't think of anything. So, just let me know down in the comment section down below if there's any games at all that's available on the PlayStation that you guys want me to do a Let's Play of, because once again, without you guys' comments, without your guys' support, this channel is not going to thrive. It will not. And in short, that's pretty much all I got left to say. So once again, I'd like to say a Happy New Year to everyone. It's 2019. Let's try and make this a good year. Let's try to make it one full of content and one full of positivity. And as always, this is your host, TheAmariaShadow, saying hello, Z, and I'll see you for the next adventure. Goodbye, everyone. Also, be safe, be wary. Little Kingdom Hearts 3 leaks are alive and thriving. So just be careful for the next couple of days. Bye!